1970 was undoubtedly the biggest year in metal history to date. This was the year the album Black Sabbath came out. The world would soon know what heavy metal is, and we should all thank Mr. Tony Iommi and Black Sabbath for it. Who would have known that at the time, the introduction of this album would spawn a whole entire subculture of society? Ultimately, all forms of heavy metal will lead you to the path of this album, released in early 1970. First Riff was arguably how the world was officially introduced to heavy metal. The riff is nothing more than a blatant demonstration of the flat 5 interval, but with the sounds of metal behind it, you know why it is most definitely heavy metal. You should also notice the rapid hammer-on pull-off sequence known as a trill, that also emphasizes the all-important heavy metal flat 5 note. The creative energy of this band and their exploration of this new heavy sound led them to release another heavy metal classic later that same year. This album was entitled Paranoid. The next heavy metal riff is a classic, and it highlights more hammer-on techniques mixed with a chord context. The riff will also use a blues format for structure, but riffs to come will show you some of the heaviest of early metal. Don't be surprised if you recognize a pentatonic lick or two had it been used and abused by almost every artist of the time. With the introduction of the palm mute technique in the late 60s, early heavy metal artists used this tool as a hammer to emphasize the heaviness of a chord or even as simple as one string. The palm mute is the most interactive technique used by any heavy metal guitarist. In other words, make sure you have your palm muting technique down. This next exercise is a perfect example of how to make a very simple blues riff sound heavy metal by using your palm mute technique. This next pentatonic bass lead exercise utilizes many of the elements we have been emphasizing throughout the Crash Course Metal Early Heavy Metal DVD. This exercise is a perfect example of how hammer-ons can be a very effective and effortless way to approach lead phrasing.
innovation Tony Iommi pioneered was the byproduct of an accident. Tony Iommi lost the tips of 2 of his fingers on his fretting hand while working in a metal factory. Initially, he forged himself his own prosthetics. This inadvertently brought detuning to heavy metal. Detuning was not uncommon in the blues, but had not yet been prominently used in heavy metal music. Due to a unique accident, Tony Iommi detuned his guitar, and coincidentally, he wound up influencing a number of highly influential artists and genres of heavy metal to come with his guitar technique. The injured fingers were so tender, so Iommi downtuned his Gibson guitar from E to C sharp around the 3rd album, Masters of Reality. The reduced tension of the strings allowed him to play with less pain to his fingertips. Ultimately, the lower pitch gave the music a heavier, more metal sound, matching the tone of the band's lyrics.
Looking for the perfect blend of entertainment and style? Look no further. Introducing CoastlineMall.com, your one-stop destination for DVDs and fashion apparel. Browse our vast collection, from the latest movie releases to the trendiest fashion must-haves. Shop securely and conveniently at CoastlineMall.com, where you can immerse yourself in the raw energy of music and fashion. CoastlineMall.com, the exclusive home of Crash Course Metal DVDs. Don't miss out on the headbanging action. Visit us today. CoastlineMall.com, unleash your inner rock star. Use the promo code CRASH, and when you buy one item, you'll get a second item at a whopping 50% off. That's right, buy one, get one at half price. But act fast, because this exclusive offer won't last forever. So head on over to CoastlineMall.com now, and let's get that shopping spree started. Remember, it's Crash for your exclusive deal. Don't miss out, CoastlineMall.com, where shopping and savings meet in perfect harmony. Happy shopping, everyone!